Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I wanted to share with you this really cool Padi Sumo. This is the SBDC049. This is a limited version that Seiko released of the Sumo, but in the Padi branding with that beautiful inky blue kind of sunburst effect dial, and then your red accent on your minute hand and in your chapter ring. And this one also has a red accent on the seconds hand. So it's a really cool watch, and I am a big fan of the Sumo. I know I haven't featured it on the channel until this point, but I have owned Sumos in the past. I had a black Sumo, one of the original ones, and I'm a big fan of the model in particular. It's probably the best diver that you can buy at $400 or less when you look at the watch as a whole. I mean, especially the case. This case is probably the best finished case at $400 or less. I mean, the finishing is awesome. It's crisp, it's weighty, and then the brushing and the polishing is just so clean. It's a really cool design, and it sits very nicely on most wrist sizes. So I've got friends that have smaller sized wrists. They can easily wear the Sumo, and I've got 7.25 inch wrists, and it sits very nicely on my little bit larger wrists. The Sumo also has really excellent lume. So you have applied indices, deep filled with Lumibrite, and you can see here the lume is really stellar, just super bright, super long lasting. It's one of the reasons why we love Seiko so much. They do an excellent job with their luminescence. It's also just a really interesting, bold, bulbous, loud design, and the nickname perfectly suits it, the Sumo. It's just really cool. So I am a big fan of the model, and this limited edition I think is really special. That dial is gorgeous, and the execution is very nice. The thing is, though, apart from the dial and the color accent changes, it's no different than your standard Sumo, you know, your black one and your blue one, the Bulbous. And you pay a very hefty premium just for another color version, and the bragging rights to saying that you have one of 1,000 pieces. So you can see here, this is number 0249 of 1,000. And for a company as large as Seiko, and for a model as popular as a Sumo with the Padi branding, 1,000 pieces for a worldwide base is very small. So these are becoming hard to find. You know, pre-order prices I think were about $640, $650 US. And now you're going to pay a lot more than that if you want to get a Padi Sumo, because they're just harder to find. So I see these regularly in the high 800s, and I could see a day when they breach $1,000, and that's pretty crazy. That's crazy, because you know your standard Sumos are between $375 and $400 new from certain places. So you really pay a premium just for the limited factor, and then also that beautiful blue color and the co-branding. So it's an interesting proposition. I missed out on the pre-order, and there's no way I'm going to spend $1,000 or close to for one of these watches, but I can appreciate it for how cool it is, because this is a dang cool watch, and I'm really glad to spend some time with it. So let me show you the bezel action here. It's a little bit hard to grip unless you're at the 12 and the 6 o'clock position, because the bezel is partially shrouded in this really sweet case. So you got to grip it at the ends, the top and the bottom. And it's got pretty standard action for a Seiko bezel. Nothing special, but nothing to scoff at. You have a Hardlex crystal here, which is Seiko's proprietary mineral-based crystal. And there's a little bit of reflection to it. So I don't think they're using AR coating. This is your crown. It's unsigned. It is a screw-down crown, because this is a 200-meter diver. And the crown has very nice action, and it does hack because you have the 6R15 movement. This is the winding action. It's very smooth. It's got good responsiveness, and overall I'm pleased with that. So it's a cool watch, and I wanted to share it next to its cousin, the Padi Turtle, which this is my watch, and I've got it on this custom strap with this really sweet engraving that I had professionally done. So these are the two cousins next to each other, the Padi Turtle and the Padi Sumo. Which one do I like better? Well, Good question. I think that the Padi Sumo is the nicer watch in terms of quality, but I enjoy the turtle a little bit more. I like the red Pepsi bezel. I think it sets off the blue and the red accents a little bit better than the Padi Sumo does. And I really like the fact that this is much cheaper. Because this one's not limited, it's just a special version. These are pretty easy to find, and the prices have been going down. So you can find these for like $300 new, which is crazy. It's a really good watch, and not too long ago these were going for over $500. So I'd rather spend around $300, get a sweet upgraded strap, and I'm still spending far less than I would on one of these Sumo versions, but I'm not getting the limited cool factor of having one of 1,000 pieces. So those are my thoughts. I've enjoyed having the watches side by side. That's always awesome. So thank you, Rob. This is my friend Rob's watch. We trade watches every once in a while to check out different models and then also produce content for each of our channels. So thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribed to Random Rob, you should check out his channel and subscribe. He's got a good one. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Cheers.